Hello everyone, welcome to the Mela Universe. We are Vel'Astri. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome to Divine Tea with Vel'Astri. Beautiful beings, so much energy, so much going on, so much transformation, so many transitions. It is quite a whirlwind of frequencies, and these are a very happy, powerful, high vibrating frequencies. It is definitely a time of celebration, definitely a time of wish fulfillment, a time for source creative energies awakening within your life, within all of your frequencies of creation, within your physical experience. The physical realm is fluid and flowing and taking the shape of the source you are more than ever before at this time. You are finally now receiving the guidance. You are now receiving the idea, the imaginings, the intuitive thoughts, the intuitive frequencies of how to do things, of how to flow through. The path is clearing, the directions are coming through, and it can be a bit overwhelming, it can be a bit confusing, and Source is saying you are finally allowing yourself to receive from Source the frequency without needing to understand, without needing to define, without needing to limit it into word and description. You're finally allowing yourself to receive the core vibration, and you're allowing the physical, your mind now, to give you ideas and plans and inspired frequencies through the frequency you're receiving, through the source energies. Trust what you receive now. It is time that you have faith and hope and a deep belief in you and in what you are creating and in where you are guided to. Because where Source is guiding you now, these are spaces unexplored. These are spaces where other people might have strong opinion about or strong judgment towards. These are places where perhaps you were conditioned and programmed into avoiding. These are topics, conversations, ways of being which perhaps you have shunned for the longest time. Now all of a sudden Source is saying that's actually where you are to go. That's actually where you are to heal. That's actually where you are to love. So trust what Source is showing you. Trust the ideas, the plans, the inspiration, and trust that it will work out. All you need to do is each and every single step be present within Source. That means release the mind. Release the mind from pre-planning. Release the mind from trying to calculate. Stop calculating how to proceed, when to proceed, the why, how it's going to work out. Release and allow yourself to discover it as you are in that frequency. We just put this analogy up on the reading for the spirit check, but we shall say it again for those of you who perhaps are watching these separately. And again, repetition assists in understanding. So, you are now a butterfly, taking flight for the first time, and there's a flower there before you, and you are guided towards this flower. But you've never engaged with the flower before, because as a caterpillar you were on the branches and the leaves, that was your life, so a flower is completely new to you, and you have no idea what to do. So what do we do as humans when we're offered a new experience or a new idea or a new thing, but we haven't been there? You're now this butterfly trying to think, oh, okay, should I land on the leaf or can I land directly on the petal? Do you think it's a solid petal or is it a soft petal? Can I land in the middle yellow fluffy stuff? I don't know, am I meant to? What is that yellow fluffy stuff? Should I maybe ask somebody else what it is before I go? Maybe I can go to the other butterfly and ask the other butterfly how they did it before I do it so that I can do it the way they did it, because then it's safe. Or maybe, so here you are, a butterfly inspired to go to this beautiful flower, and you are using the caterpillar mind of having to calculate and control to now land upon this flower. It doesn't work. You have never been there before. You have no knowledge of that space. And the knowledge that you have, that you think you have, is the old knowledge. It's the frequencies now. You are placing the new frequencies within the old ways of being, within other people. Asking the other butterfly how is now putting your frequency through their understanding of things. So now you release and you say, okay, Source, you guided me to this flower. You gave me a vision of this flower, and now there's the flower. So, and I feel the flower pull. So we're just going to fly there, and we're going to trust, and before you know it, your legs know exactly how to land on it. Oh wow, this is fascinating. And now that you're there in the frequency of the flower, without trying to control or trying to define or trying to direct or trying to restrict or understand, now that you're simply there, your brain is now free to receive from the frequency of the flower, of the source of the flower, right there. So now you intuitively know what to do for the pollen, where to step, how to engage with the flower. You are co-creating with the source of the flower as you are the source of the butterfly. Source co-creating, twin flame co-creating, soul destined co-creating, because you are present source. Thus you allow the flower to be present source. Thus you are co-creating within source, and your brain is receiving ideas and inspirations and ways and promptings and plans from, upon, within the frequency of source. And you take action there. You're actioning now. Your emotions, part of the physical, your emotional experiencing is now within the frequency of source. Your actioning upon it is within the frequency of source. Your thinking and your processing within the frequency of source. So now all that you do, all that you call into being, is within the frequency of source. So as you are upon there, as you're on this flower, you are awakening source within you and within all co-creative spaces. And you just trust and have faith and belief that wherever source is guiding you, wherever source is saying you must step on the petal, however you are shown to go get the nectar and the pollen, is exactly right and exactly perfect and is exactly the maximal experience, because you're at source. The flowers at source, the pollen collection is at source, the nectar eating is at source. Everything now is at its fullest, richest, maximal way of experiencing. Source creation. You are finally allowing the physical to honor you. Understand that everybody is having this experience, but everybody is having it at different frequencies. Those of you who are awakened as source, living as source, would experience it on a source level. Those who are still running away from themselves, making excuses, creating through illusion and fear, that is the realm, that's the reality they are going to experience. It's going to mirror completely the absence of it, and it's going to be a very hard, true reality. But this is the Aquarian realm. The Aquarian realm is a realm of truth. Full stop. It doesn't say only good truths, only the highest frequency of truths. It just says truths. That which you are will be done. That's how this realm works. So as you're navigating this experience, navigating your days, you're going to be seeing every single person having a different experiencing of it. Should you be aligned with your frequency, then throughout the day, you will engage and interact with those who are within your frequency, and you might observe those who are not within source having a very uncomfortable, unpleasant day. And now you're no longer reacting, you're no longer moved, you're no longer trying to assist, you no longer feel affected, and you're no longer emotionally taking on their energy. You are simply observing, and you can understand that's the reality they are creating, that's the realm they are creating, that's the world they are manifesting, and that's okay. That's allowed. allowed, because just as you are allowed to exist, they are allowed to exist. And their existence doesn't have to please you, just like your existence doesn't have to please them. So it's you now, observing these different worlds before you. And those worlds that are resonant, a resonant frequency with you, and in the right space and time, you will then find yourselves co-creating together. You'll find yourselves in harmony. You'll find yourselves in a vibrational frequency to co-create together, and you'll find yourself in each other's space. You'll find yourselves in each other's company, sometimes for 5 minutes, maybe a week, maybe a year, perhaps this lifetime, maybe even lifetimes after this lifetime. But you do not hold on. You don't require their frequency to be. You are there with them because of resonance, because of frequencies aligning, soul co-creation, not because of obligation, and not because you're forcing them, not because of control, because of pure frequencies of resonance. Your energies blend and co-create in harmony within each other's grid. It is not a conflicting, forced co-creation, causing pain and suffering. So allow yourself freedom, allow your source freedom, allow the physical freedom completely, allow your physical self freedom and the physical realm freedom completely to show you the source you are, to allow you the source you are, to heal you to the source you are, and most importantly, allow yourself the freedom to explore and discover the source you are in these different places, in these different experiences, without preempting and without deciding how it's going to turn out, how it's going to be. Because should you allow this, should you just simply allow yourself to be at ease wherever you be, should you simply allow yourself to be open and to be curious and to be adventurous and to be childlike and innocent, you now allow all that you possibly can be a chance to show itself to you. It's all about allowing now. It's not about victim blaming. I blame the external, I blame my past, I blame this, I blame that. That's done. You've healed it, you've released it, you're a new frequency. This is a brand new lifetime, rebirth. No longer making excuses for limitations or this or that or that or this. It's you now taking full acceptance and ownership of your creative frequency, understanding source within me is crystallized. The spirit realm and the physical realm are a medium of creation, like paint and pencil and sketching and charcoal and oil paint and water paint and sculpting and dance and acting are a medium of artistic expression, different mediums. So the physical plane and the spirit plane are mediums of manifestation. And the spirit plane is honoring source, and now the physical honors source. So now all that we have to do is be source and allow these spaces, these mediums, to then take on the shape of the source we are, create a world based on the source we are, where we engage as source, and now finally, fully receive the abundance, the love, all that you are, perfect vision. Finally, you see yourself in perfect view. You see your abundance. You see your love. You see your prosperity. You see your relationships in perfect view, because you are finally home. You are finally source. You are finally in clarity of you for these mediums to reflect and manifest the clarity of you. You are all doing so beautifully well. You are doing amazingly well. And Source is saying this is a time of celebration, a time of deep celebration and success. Release yourself even further. Allow yourself to discover you. Trust in the beautiful guidance you're receiving at this time, and have unwavering, formidable faith and belief that it will work out. Because it'll be unseen. The way forward will be unseen. Only in the moment will you know. The outcome will be unknown. Only when it manifests will you know. This is no longer you needing to understand and have certain key points outlined before you can trust it. Have 100 people do it their way before you can trust it, before it's authenticated. You are living a unique experience of your frequency. Your creative frequency is completely unique to you. Nobody else can do it like you do it. Nobody else can even understand how you do it. It's simply for you to discover, to embrace, to enjoy, to experience, to allow yourself, you in all experiences, by loving every single version of yourself that may be manifest, that may appear, that may present itself to you. Love all the versions of you. Love every single way you could possibly manifest. So that when Source says, go there, you don't judge you. Instead, you're like, ooh, I'm excited to see what happens when I go there. I didn't think in a million years, Source, you would say I must go there. Let's see, let's go. And when you're there, love. Why? Because you are present. And when you are present, you elect yourself. You allow yourself. You accept yourself. Thus, of course, should you accept yourself fully, it means you love yourself fully. To allow yourself to fully be in that moment, in that experience. Blessed,